Okay, so this here is the Zotac 3090 Trinity. Um, this one was giving me fan issues, like fan rattling at certain speeds, high speeds, low speeds, just in general. I had about like 10 of these. They were from an Ethereum miner of mine, friend of mine, and he just wanted to offload them quick, so I took them off his hands. But this model specifically showed just a myriad of problems with the fans, the fan bearings, the thermal pads, and the thermal paste. A couple symptoms include just like overheating during stress tests, the fans just making rattling noises. So I'm taking these apart one by one, just renewing them in a sense. What I'm doing is replacing the thermal pads with new thermal pads off Amazon, just repasting the card and re-oiling each of the oil bearings, or re-oiling each of the fan bearings with some just 3-in-1 multi-purpose oil. Do not use WD-40 as that shit dries out extremely fast and it will not last you very long, and before you know it, these are going to be a problem again for you. So I also wanted to just show that initially, right, ignore the quality of these heat sinks. I know. The way to get these fans separated, like taken apart, as you see, like the base here and the top part. So initially it was extremely difficult because I would just have to grab it like this, and my other hand would grab the fan itself and just like pull it apart, and I would break my nails. Well, sorry, but yeah, you can't really see. I cut my nails recently, but I would break my nails and it would be a huge pain in the ass. But I figured out a way. So I actually have this like iFixit, I'm pretty sure. I don't actually know. It's like some Chinese like screwdriver. But honestly, this size is great. I used it for iPhone repairs back when I did that a while ago. But what you can do with the screwdriver is you can wedge it between the base and the fan itself. And you can just use it to wedge it in between the two, and then you can just pull from the top, and then it basically comes out a lot easier than if you were to do it the standard way without this wedging the bottom. So, oh yeah, check that out. The fan company who made all these shitty fans. The Pistec. Yeah, well, whatever. Okay, 1 second. I will show you what I mean in a second. Let me put this down. Okay. Okay, so here it is. So it's not breaking the fan at all. It just puts a little pressure on the bottom. You see there, I wedged it in there. There's like a green board on the base, but I made sure not to damage anything. Literally all you do is just wedge it in there from the bottom, like upwards. And then you see here, yeah, it's like it has it at an angle. So now all you do is you hold this upper part here, and just pull it, make it like, just keep this here, and you use all your force and focus on pulling this part out. So I don't know if I can do it right now, but let me see. It's kind of difficult when you have to use one hand, but I think I'm getting it. Yeah, and then it just made like a pop noise. Look at this. Boom. It just wedges off. See? And you just pull it off a little bit, and it'll just come off. 1 sec. It's kind of hard because I have one hand. It's awkward. But all I did was just pull it off a little bit. Boom. You have this whole area exposed, and all of this. So I figured out that the noise is coming from no lubrication. here. No lubrication here and inside this little hole here. And quite often there's some gunk here, usually. Like where this hole is, around the hole, there's usually gunk. So you have to like wipe it out. Make sure you just, I mean, if you want, you can use some isopropyl alcohol and like just wipe it and clean it up. And usually that helps. And then you just use the 3-in-1 oil, put like a drop into that hole right there, and then you just clean this up. Make sure you wipe around this area, wipe this, you know, clean the rest of the fans if it's dusty, and you just, all you do to reattach it is slap it back on. Or not even slap it back on, but you know what I mean, like just push it back on. But what I do recommend is just screwing this back in before you do anything. So you just screw this in, and then you put the fan back into the slot like that. Because to do this, you have to unscrew, just like, you have to unscrew the 3 screws here, unscrew these 2 screws, and there's like 2 screws over here, 2 screws over here, aside from the 3. That way you can get this whole plastic shroud off. But I think it's worth the work, because you don't have to hear that freaking annoying like or whatever the fucking noise your fans are making. And you get to really just take care and maintain these fan bearings. I guess not every end user wants to do that, but I think when you're spending like what, I mean, these are like $750 at the time of making these videos, but when you're spending that much money on a graphics card, you will need to maintain it. And that includes just doing the thermal repasting, just cleaning off the card of dust, and you know, also fan bearings. Like, these don't last forever. They need lubrication and cleaning. So that's basically what this is, you know. And I'm just showing you like a little trick I learned, just like using that to wedge it. It's basically like this. You just wedge it in like that, and then you pull the top part of the fan, pull it up while that's wedged in, and then it basically just clicks out. It's so easy. It's a lot easier than trying to rip the fan with one hand and grab the base with your other hand. Just use this. Use like a little screwdriver like this, or just like whatever you can fit in there. It's like kind of thin though, so if you can see, yeah. If you have one of these lying around, lucky for you.